That is awesome. Hey, thanks for tuning in to Twang and Bang. That was me earlier today putting the first 15 rounds through my brand new Liberty Infiniti silencer, and it was awesome. It sounded a lot like this Ruger 2245 shooting suppressed 22 long rifle. Now, I don't have my stamp back for my Infiniti from the ATF yet, so I can't give the two a fair comparison. However, I'm just lucky being able to enjoy my Infiniti while my paperwork waits in line at the ATF. For those of you who don't know the process, you must first buy your silencer, then you send off your paperwork, basically applying for a permission slip to take it home. Your dealer keeps possession of your silencer while you're waiting on the stamp to come back, and this process is currently taking about 6 months. For most people, it's just a frustrating lesson in patience, but if you're as lucky as I am, your dealer has their own range, and they'll let you shoot your silencer while you're waiting on the ATF. Now, as great a range as my dealer has, it's not a great place to make a video. As you saw, the range is really dark, and even the smallest firearm sounds like a cannon echoing off that metal box. And that's why this is just a preview of the Infiniti. A full review is going to have to wait until I get my paperwork back sometime between November and January. However, I'm really excited about this can, and I want to let you hear it shooting a few different kinds of ammo. I also learned an important lesson about the Glock factory threaded barrel I got for my host weapon. It's a Gen 4 G17. It's made with a left-hand thread, and this creates a challenge that I didn't anticipate, but it's one that I want you to learn from. Let's get back to the range, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So one of the problems with metric threads is to put the suppressor on the firearm, you have to turn it lefty-tighty. But if I keep turning and I grab onto the can, now I'm unscrewing the can from the booster. So you can't just sit there and grab the can and turn it. It's really a two-handed job. This is the pistol I was shooting today. It's a Gen 4 G17 with a dark earth frame. Of course, it's a 9mm. Every thread-on can has a tendency to back off the barrel after a certain number of rounds. This is completely normal. So what you have to do every now and then is to clear your weapon, reach up there, and tighten it back onto the barrel. With a right-handed threaded barrel, all you have to do is grab that big meaty suppressor and give the whole thing a good torquing, because you'll be tightening the silencer onto the booster while you're tightening the booster onto the barrel. But with a left-handed thread barrel like this one, as you saw, I can't do that because I end up unscrewing the can from the booster. And that's what I had to deal with all day today. I had to keep using two hands and my gut to try and get everything tight at once, and that was a huge pain. There are solutions to that. The easiest one is to just suck it up, buy an aftermarket barrel with right-hand threads, and replace the piston in this booster. But before I flush a couple $100 down the toilet, I'm going to try some of the other solutions first. The ammunition that I'm shooting here is the Lawman 147 grain Subsonic. As you watch this next clip, be sure to listen to the other gunshots. Most of them are other 9mm pistols that are unsuppressed. There are a couple of guys shooting 22s. Now, you know I'm not a fan of comparing unsuppressed to suppressed gunshots on a video, but obviously the Infiniti is quieter than anything else on the range. But what you can hear is that the sound of the bullet hitting the backstop is louder than the sound of the gunshot going through the Infiniti. Take a listen for it as you watch this next clip. peppered with powder. Now let's put the camera downrange so you can hear what the bad guy end of the suppressor sounds like. I'm going to run 3 different kinds of ammunition through the Infiniti, and then I'm going to do 1 round of 9mm unsuppressed, so you can begin to get an idea for just how quiet the Infiniti really is. Make sure you catch the reactions of the other shooters as they come by to check out to see what I'm doing.
Too small. That's what it takes, you know.
Next up, Speer Lawman 115 grain full metal jacket. Now these rounds are supersonic, and no suppressor can do anything about the sound of a bullet passing through air, so you're gonna hear a bit of a crack. Okay, that wasn't creepy at all. Anyway, next up is the Winchester Ranger T-Series Plus P Plus 127 grain. This is a really hot load, but the Infiniti still does a really good job of suppressing the noise of the gunshot. Take a listen. Next up, I'm going to shoot the 115 grain full metal jacket again, this time unsuppressed. I want you to pay close attention to where the brass is going, and I'll explain after this clip.
You keep the gun on you? Yeah. It's such a long... Yeah. Yep, you got a bust.
There's some people that are reporting with newer Gen 3 and Gen 4 Glocks that they're getting brass ejecting straight back in their face, otherwise known as brass to face. Well, as you saw in that clip, my Gen 4 gun, straight from the factory, no changes whatsoever. In my hands, gives me a really perfect ejection pattern. That's not to say I don't believe the people who are reporting that they have problems. But I just wanted to show those that are interested in getting a Gen 4 Glock that brass to face is not an issue with most of them. So that's just a preview of the Liberty Infiniti silencer. If you liked it, be sure to click that like button and tell other people about this video. I'm going to do a full review including aspects of the design, what it sounds like on different hosts, including different calibers, in a couple months. But in the meantime, you can subscribe so you can check out my other videos on archery, on guns, and other cool stuff. Thanks for watching Twang and Bang, and I hope to see you next time.